What up, cogs and gears? Again, we are with another episode, third one in a day, and this one we should actually put a content
Viewer discretion advised.
Viewer discretion advised. This will be handling some sensitive material, and some sensitive faiths. I get it. We get it that no matter what we say, someone's going to get offended about anything.
Basically, if you can't stand to just like debate, if you're going to immediately be like, oh, these guys all are horrible people and just give us hate for what we say, then don't watch.
Yeah.
If you can't be civilized, then we don't want you
Because I
here.
might not watch.
We are having differing views, but that's okay. Because we are of system, still appreciate and love and respect one another, despite our differing viewpoints.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can do that as well, then please stick it with us. This is going to be a hot topic.
Yeah, because no matter what size the cog or gear is, they gotta work together
They
to be able
gotta
to turn.
work together.
So, to give a kind of a rundown of how this is gonna work, I am simply going to be a mediator. I am down to my genes a fucking fence sitter, no matter what it is. I'm mixed, so I have to deal with both sides of my race. I'm agnostic, so I don't really care too far one way about any religion. So I'm pretty much just the mediator. And it's mainly going to be a debate, kind of, if you want to call it a debate, between Crow and Siege. Because these two are pretty well opposites in terms of a lot of their viewpoints, which is something I peeped even as far back as like episode 6. I was like, I really want to see these two kind of just talk.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Even in the group chat, we haven't really done like a big debate in a while either. We've all been busy with our own things.
Yeah, life just gets like that.
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So where do we want to start? Because you guys were also talking about like civilizations, like capitalism, and like just how did you want to start with religion or how the world is ran now, or like
Let me first answer I'll answer his question basically. When you were talking about how
like why God made the apple.
I'll tell you about that. Okay, first let me tell you that's a Christian thing. That's a very big Christian thing. Like the way the story that you probably know it is a very big Christian thing.
Okay.
I haven't invested myself enough in Muslim culture yet to see if that's part of that yet. But if it is, I guarantee you it's a whole different thing. But based off what it is Christianly, first off, Christianity is a hodgepodge of quite literally 4 different religions.
Oh yeah,
100%. It's Catholic. It's Muslim. It's Roman. It's
Don't forget that before basically the entire Old Testament is essentially just Jewish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something real quick. Jesus is a Jew. Mm-hmm. Jews don't believe in Jesus.
Jews don't believe in Jesus. Yeah, that's the basically what separates the Christianity Bible
is literally the New Testament.
It's just the New Testament.
Okay.
Essentially, well, there's little itsy bitsy things here and there, but really it's just the New Testament, because the New Testament is about how Jesus is our Savior.
Yeah.
Everything else before that, it's pretty much the same thing.
Now, like with Muslim and Christianity,
Which I don't know much about.
There's actually a lot of similarities, but Muslims believe in Allah and Christians believe in Jesus. Quite frankly, if you really want to praise something, bro, I'm literally about to convert to Muslim at this point. I'm not gonna lie to you, because real fast, Allah explains the Big Bang. He explains like shit that shouldn't even exist. Shit that exists now, he explained then.
Okay, so with Allah, my question about that deity is, are they like a Jesus type person where it's a human martyr, or are they a god?
Allah was more God, right?
No.
No?
Well, actually, yeah. I'm thinking of Muhammad. My bad.
Muhammad.
Muhammad is Muhammad is Jesus to
basically their version of it.
Wow, man, they are going to be offended at that.
Well,
I'm not saying Muhammad is Jesus.
To give me a Baldi's Basics idea, not actually saying
Yes,
that they're the
yes, we do apologize.
And quite literally, the like the Jews, Jesus doesn't make sense to Muslims because in the sense of how Jesus works is God gave His only begotten Son.
Right.
Which, first off, that phrase in of itself is stupid. That doesn't even exist because God gave His only begotten Son. That can't be Jesus at all. First off, because everyone is God's children.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As creator.
Who died as God's child before Jesus did? Adam did. Who died before? Well, not died, but who did he shove across before that? Who started everything?
Like, who started what? Like,
The angels are also God's children. Jesus gave His only begotten Son. Yeah, that's Lucifer. That's literally Lucifer.
Yo, real quick, very quick side note. It really makes me so mad that Lucifer is associated with like Satan shit now because that's such a cool name. The Morning Star. That's so fucking cool. I want to name my son Lucifer, but people will be like, "Oh, you're like a devil worshiper." Like, man, come on.
I don't know if you know the story behind Lucifer's fall from angelhood.
This I have the most vague.
it depends.
It doesn't depend. This is how it works. Okay, right? Now I'm gonna tell you exactly how much God loves and does not give a fuck about humanity. Lucifer is God's favorite angel. He was God's
an
favorite
archangel.
angel. An archangel, yes. He's as high as you can get.
Yeah.
Well, you got the cherubims, which are technically higher. But as an archangel, Lucifer was God's favorite child of an angel. Lucifer created music.
Hey, he went OG Lucifer.
But yeah, he created music, and in heaven, it's basically stated that he was getting more attention from the angels than God did, and technically wanted to show that he was up there with God and or greater, and you then have certain angels that were with him, like, oh yeah, like you're the shit.
You kind of killed it though.
You're the shit. You're better than you're damn near better than God. And for Christianity, like God's name is called Jehovah.
Oh, that's what Jehovah's Witnesses are?
Jehovah's Witnesses are technically like
It's honestly, it's multifaceted because there's Jehovah, there's Yahweh.
Yeah, that's what I knew was Yahweh.
God has many names. God has many, just like the devil,
Which makes sense.
So it's multifaceted, but Jehovah, Yahweh,
Jehovah El Shaddai, that's God for Christianity's name. That's his name. And basically it's like Lucifer. Oh yeah, maybe I am that nigga. Cast down. That's how it is.
Yeah, they literally hyped him up.
There's no trial. It's boom. But here's the thing: human beings weren't made at that point. Basically, God got Lucifer what other angels were with him, which were not. It wasn't a few, my nigga. It was a war.
It was a war. Yeah. It was a war.
It wasn't a war. It was a massacre.
Well,
God took Lucifer, whoever was following behind him, cast them down in pits. But wasn't all in the same shit. There's oh my god, I can't remember what river it is. But basically, it's stated that it's a river where fallen angels were shackled up in chains, and as the river dried out, those angels are then going to break free and come out.
The one that is currently dry.
Yeah, it's currently dried out.
What the fuck is the name?
And bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, everyone that's living over there is freaking out, bro.
Yes, because they found a fucking.
Oh wait, you're saying a river on Earth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
shit. They're freaking out.
They're freaking the fuck out because they found a deep ass cave.
There's booming coming from that area, bro.
It's
and
crazy.
them niggas are scared, dog.
It's crazy.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, if an angel comes from the ground, it's not how they're not how they look in TV, bro.
No, it's like the fucking rings with eyes and shit.
Bro.
Yeah.
But that's how angels in of themselves are supposed to look, not fallen angels. God knows what those things look like. Fallen angels, those things probably look demonic, and it's not going to be fun because they are hearing loud booming in that area.
That is crazy.
And I'm not talking about just one boom and that's it. I'm talking about it's happening every 4 days.
Nah, see, fuck that.
Boom,
See
and
now,
you can hear it 100 miles away. You can hear it.
see now you got me wondering what, because I know I have heard about one of these, like one of the bigger rivers that's drying up, and I can't fucking. It's not the Nile, because that's in Egypt. It's not in Egypt. It's in like Man, fuck. Now I got me thinking about it.
Well, my phone's over there. Never mind. Yeah, I know exactly which one you're speaking of.
Yeah,
Yep.
and to be brutally honest, if you're a Christian, and like, I'm talking about like two things. First off, a true-blooded Christian doesn't exist. But if you're a Christian, if you've actually read the Bible at least halfway, you'd low-key be shitting yourself if you
The
lived
Euphrates River.
Ah,
Yeah,
is that it? There it is.
Them niggas are scared, shitless.
Shit,
I'd be scared too.
Yeah.
I'd be scared too. Like,
Because like there's oh my god, there's certain
Yeah, one of the
areas-
first results, sounds of fallen angels under the Euphrates River. Like, yeah, immediately.
oh yeah, it's a very scary.
Because there are land masses in the world where it's specifically stated where, like,
Some certain shit will
that
happen.
certain shit will happen, certain beings are at, certain items are at. Like Noah's Ark, I think it's on top of a mountain.
This I don't.
But
know.
they've seen it. It's there.
I don't know.
It's there. It's literally there. I can't remember what mountain it is, but it's there. You can go up to it. It's there.
But because the original point was, what was the?
Oh yeah, I got backtracked. Basically about why God created the apple.
Yeah.
Okay, so first off, I'm gonna tell you straight off, there is no reason. God made the apple because he fucking wanted to make the apple, and
He just wanted to fuck around with them.
that's one. God doesn't need to explain himself. He does what the fuck he wants because
And
he's
that's-
allowed to do what the fuck he wants because no one's gonna tell him otherwise.
That's completely fair. Now here's my rebuttal to that though.
There's a quote that I heard once. It's from a movie. It's Bruce Almighty. You are a child up in heaven, panting around, doing whatever the fuck you want to, making a tantrum when your toys aren't positioned the way you want them to be, and then break them when you feel upset, and don't take any any care in the world about it because you're not supposed to have any care in the world about it. Which is technically not, it's a harsh way to put it, but technically if God wants to be mad, he's allowed to be mad because he's going to be mad because he's letting himself be mad because no one else is going to do anything about it. God can destroy anything he wants to because he made it. And if he wants to destroy it, he's going to fucking destroy it. That's the premise of how God works.
But
in the,
is that
in the Bible and in the Quran, God kills people for in the Quran. I'm gonna tell you right now, Allah is a lot nicer than Jehovah, and I'm gonna tell you right now, any Christian that's watching this, I'm not sorry whatsoever because it's stated Allah is the most nicest God there is. Period.
No offense.
He's the most nicest God. Jehovah.
No offense, but Jehovah's just me.
Dude, you're telling me I got this close to like sacrificing my son because you wanted to just fuck around and see if I believe in you? That's wild.
bro.
Fuck all that, bro.
Yeah.
You're talking about that one. Other people, they've done it.
Yeah, see, no.
Oh my God, what is it? Oh my God, is it Abraham? No, it's not Abraham. It's I think it might.
Which one?
No,
What
it's
you
not
talking about?
Abraham. Abraham's Jesus' dad, technically. I'm gonna tell you real quick. God basically impregnated a girl while she was asleep, which we're not gonna talk about.
Of course.
We're not gonna talk about what the word is called, but
That's gonna piss people off. Let's skip past.
But I told you I'm not watching. I wasn't saying the word, nigga.
Let's just keep going.
But technically, that's how Jesus is formed. Jesus is made. Mother Mary, basically, while she and Abraham were trying to conceive a child, they didn't conceive a child. God came down, put a baby in her. At least Jehovah's not Zeus, at least.
Oh God.
Look, Jehovah's not Zeus.
I will say this. Most of the problems that because I didn't grow up knowing anything about most other religions. It always was Christianity. So most of the problems I have, most of the things that I'm like, this doesn't make sense about religion come from Christianity.
I'm gonna tell you a story in the Bible for Christianity. It's oh my God, it's the plagues. The,
God.
of course,
the
of
plagues
course.
of Egypt.
Of course.
Do you know about it?
I
The
know,
wasps, not
like the locusts,
the locusts, sorry,
the like
the
droughts.
frogs.
You want to know what
The bleeding.
You want to know what the last plague is?
Which one?
The very last plague. I'm gonna tell you what it is. If you don't, the Pharaoh at the time was refusing to believe in God. So God casted the plagues down. The very last plague is actually very fucking wild to me. To this day, I'm going to take the firstborn of every living creature in the vicinity and kill him if you don't believe in me. And I'm not talking about not just animals. I'm talking about any living creature, bugs, frogs, reptilians, cattle, people.
Yeah. Thanos snapped them all.
I'm going to take the firstborn of every household of every man, and I'm going to kill him. The pharaohs included, but every innocent person included too.
See, that's why I don't fuck with it.
But here's the thing: is they said if you don't want your firstborn taken,
make a thing on your door.
Yeah, it's like a reef thing.
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've read it, but basically make a reef and get inside of your home, and basically that's showing that you're believing in me.
You believer.
Which damn near everybody did. I'm not gonna.
Except for the ones that didn't, because
I'm not gonna cap with you. Damn near every human being damn near did.
Yeah, because the animals couldn't do much about that.
Oh yeah, they couldn't do shit about it. So there was just like a lot of dead animals in that fucking in that shit, bro. He was not fucking around. The Pharaoh's son died, and at that point, he still didn't believe him at all.
But that becomes my question for you, right? And for all those that have faith, right? Because that's what essentially you would. That is what it is. It's simple. It's simple and straight faith. That's how it is. That's my question for you then, right? Regardless of who it is, Allah, Jehovah.
No. Allah is very different. The Quran is very different.
Regardless of who or what or whatever it is, right? The whole thing is you simply have to believe that this creature, because they're not human, this creature, God, whatever, has your best interest at heart and can do no wrong. And you simply have to believe that.
That's why I'm saying the Quran is different, because Allah doesn't want you to believe that at all. At all. In the Quran, at all. He doesn't want you to believe that. He wants you to have negative emotions. He wants you to test your own faith.
I like that.
That's why Allah is the nicest God, because he's like, I don't want you to. Jehovah and Allah are not the same, bro.
And that's where my
Jehovah
issue.
wants you to believe even if he's not there at all. He wants you to believe even in the toughest of times. Allah, oh no, don't believe in me if you don't feel like it. That's okay. I want you to believe in me on your own accord. You're not going to get punished for it. I just want you to believe in of itself when something of my power is coming down and satiating you. If you have a simple good day and if you're praising me about it, I want you to feel that. If you're not having a good day, and if you're saying, Allah's not real because I'm not having a good day, Allah's okay with that. He's good with that.
Okay.
Because he understands that that's just how it is.
Exactly. That's a caring being. That's a being that made a creation that cares.
I fuck with that.
Jehovah says he cares, which he does in a lot of cases, but he's what's a good example? It's like, oh my God.
Okay.
It's like a bird, right? It's like a no offense, but it's like a bird when they have their chicks, and in order to make them fly, they throw them out the nest. And if they fall to their death, they fall. If they fly, congrats, son. But if you don't and you're dead, well, you're dead. That's sorry, but not sorry. But that's the best example I can have when it comes to Christianity. God, He wants you to succeed, but if you fail, that's on you.
Okay, Allah I can get behind. That's actually cool, because that was always my problem with the idea of a God, is the idea that it would be like you were saying, I will fuck your whole ass life up, and if you don't believe me, you're going to hell. Like, what kind of shit is, and then depending on which branch, it'll be like, you are born into sin. What? But I just got here. It's not my fault.
Technically, every being is born into sin, but you can do no wrong. Well, you can do no wrong, but you can, because in the premise of Christianity, which is something that's a double-edged sword that makes no sense, is Jesus died for the sins of man. Yeah. So technically you can be born into sin, and that's okay. But if you live your life through sin, it's not okay unless you repent for your sins, which is all right. You can do, like... Well, there's limits, obviously. You can't just kill somebody and say, "Oh, God,
my bad,
I'm sorry," and then
next time,
and still think that you're about to crip walk between those pearly gates, dog. Nah, nigga, you're going down. There's the escalator. Take your ass down that way. Well, sure, that's fair at that stage. But when it comes to, like, for instance,
okay,
I'm gonna give you a Christian thing. Okay, this, I'm going to hell. As a Christian, for simply having this, and that, I'm damned. Period. If I live my life in the most perfect way, for simply having this on my body, dead. For you having a piercing, dead.
And even if you cut your hair, right?
Men was able to cut their hair.
Yeah, it was. Okay. Oh my god, it was a specific way. But any female that had plastic surgery, you're done.
Oh.
What else? Because the point is that you're not supposed to defile God's creation.
Yeah, like if you're gay, you're done.
Still debated to this day. If you masturbate, you're done.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And oh no, you're finished. If you had sex before, if you had premarital sex, you're done. There's a lot of rules. Allah doesn't have that. Well, he has rules. Let me not, because again, I'm not super well versed in it yet, because I'm starting my journey on that specific religion. I've done everything else so far. So next time, if we had another great. But if we have another debate on this, so far I'll be able to have like a whole new point about it. But so far that I know of, Allah's rules aren't that fucked at all. Period.
I just have this problem with it though. Right? Because it's like, at this point, it's a catalog. I pick up a book, right? And I'm like, oh, which religion do I want to do today? Okay, I don't really fuck with Jehovah, right? And Zeus, no, I'm gonna skip that page too. Greek's not really my thing. Egypt, nah, I don't really like the whole animal head thing. Oh, I kind of like this Allah guy. He's real. I just don't think that's like how can you with certainty with that faith, with your soul, how can you be like, I chose this one and this one's it? There's just no way. There's no, because you have to have them in your heart, I would assume, right? Even for Allah. You could just reject Allah and then still be accepted into His grace.
See, and that's where the reason, like another part of why I chose agnosticism is because I feel like, okay, as a divine being, that's why I fuck with Allah. I feel like they have to understand that, of course, humans might not believe that,
right?
And I think
that's the point. That's the premise between Allah and Jehovah when it came to free will. Allah basically gave free will off the rip. Off the jump, you're born into free will. God took that away from people, and that's what the apple was. The apple in of itself, if you bite into it, gave you free will. It gave you your own sense of the world around you. Adam and Eve were walking around doing whatever the fuck God told them to.
It's NPCs,
like NPCs, and that's how. Not how, well, it's how he wanted it, but at the same time because here's the thing, which is why like the whole Jehovah's whole premise, again, sorry but not sorry, but Jehovah's premise makes sense but it doesn't. Like sure, you want to be praised, and that's fine at all as a deity, but you're doing it wrong, because you tell them not to eat the apple. They get tricked, right? So they eat the apple, they get self-awareness. Okay, then that's fine. But it's only fine until you realize God already knows that's finna happen. He already knew that was finna happen anyways. You know why? Because he created everybody there.
Yeah.
That was always one of my things, right?
See, and that's what's fucked. You are damned
if you do or if you don't.
if you do or you don't, and it's only he wants you to do good, but at the same time he knows you're gonna do bad, but you're still damned anyway because he knows you're about to do bad, even if you're doing good right now.
One of my things, and this is gonna be very quick. One of my things that like, as I was building because again I was a man of faith before being what I am now, which is a non-believer.
I swear John Tess told me you wanted to be a priest.
I don't know where the fuck he got that. He said the same thing to me.
Why?
He was like, didn't you want to be a priest, Zach? I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I remember being in class.
What are you?
And you were talking about it. I swear.
What are you talking about,
like,
bro?
most of it I'm getting it from John Tez, so it could just be that he's tweaking.
Now here's my thing for you, Zach. I don't care. Well,
is that a jelly bean?
It
looks like it.
Damn, I'm so hungry. That bitch looking appetizer.
That's crazy. We'll go to Wendy's after.
Yeah, but go on. Sorry.
Now I'm not about to bash you for not believing anything, but remember that story I told that I was in the last episode about how I quickly stated, "Oh, I made an atheist cry."
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you about that real quick. Because here's the thing, I'm not the nicest person in the world. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just not. But I made him cry because I wanted that person to come to an understanding that your belief in oblivion is wrong.
But why is it wrong?
Why is it wrong?
But why?
Think of it like this, right?
Okay.
Do you want to be in a coma?
Do I want to be in a coma?
Do you want to be in a coma?
Are you saying, do I want to go to sleep and not wake up?
Yeah.
I would rather that, yes.
But here's the thing. You don't know what happens when you're dead until you're dead.
Right.
But at least for religion, it gives you something.
Yeah, but that oblivion is something. I think that's what you don't understand.
I get it. Oblivion, it's nothingness. But here's the thing, too. What separates you from being alive and being dead? A sense of consciousness.
Okay.
Right? Now think about this. You don't really know what happens when you're dead until you die.
Right.
Okay? Now, someone really pointed this out to me. They were like, what happens if you're dead but you're still alive? And I was like, what do you mean? It was like, what happens if you're dead? Your body's dead.
Right.
You can't move. You can't hear. You can't see. But your consciousness is still alive. As in, your brain is dead. But your well-being, your being in of what your soul would be and on how you would know and comprehend things is still alive. And it doesn't wander. It stays in your body. So it's like it stays in the dirt. It stays in a hole.
Okay. Well, but that's not what it is though. Like for us, the whole atheist thing is nothingness. When you go to sleep, you're not looking in darkness. You're not looking at your eyelids. Time passes until it stops passing and you wake up.
Yeah.
Death that's what we think death is.
Yes.
We go to sleep.
Okay.
We don't wake up.
Okay.
The time, it passes. We're not in our bodies. We're not conscious. There's not a sense of self. There's not a sense of being.
Now here's something that's funny about that. Going to sleep is the closest thing to you can be at being dead, being alive.
Yeah.
Which is a fact.
Okay.
But the thing about going to sleep is at least you can dream though.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Here's what I'm trying to say though. For pure atheists. You are 100% okay with blank.
And that's my thing. Because what's wrong with that?
Because he won't be conscious to even recognize that it's blank. Even if because I know you can have brain activity a little bit after like death, that'll stop. And then you won't be conscious of the fact that you were in nothing. Because you're also you were talking about a soul. Most atheists assume that there isn't a soul.
Okay.
To be left to experience it.
Now think about it like this, right? That's fine and dandy if you're dying old. If you die old and with that belief,
okay,
sure. What happens if you got shot and you're bleeding out?
Then I die.
Okay.
And then I don't wake up.
Do you see the point I'm trying to make?
That'd be like your last memory of.
No, the point I'm trying to make is, what's a good example? What's a very good example? I'm sorry, but I'm about to get dark, and I'm not really sorry. Viewer discretion.
Look, we
already
yeah.
made the discretion.
But
You know what you're in for.
Oh my god, you're. I would say you two are well coasted in Japanese culture. There was this girl.
Yeah.
That lived in Japan, and she got kidnapped by a group of guys.
Oh my god, I know exactly what you're talking. I watched a video about that a few months ago. That shit was fucked.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
right?
I know exactly what you're talking
that
about.
Type of sense. Are you okay with all that shit happening to you, and then it goes?
And then I will say that
or
would.
are you more okay with all that shit happening? Your time is coming, and you're willing to be in the embrace of something higher.
I will say, because my position is on the fence, like I said.
Right.
If a heaven existed and I got to go there, I would love that. But I think I just, I kind of accept that sometimes life is horribly cruel and that it could also just end cruelly.
Right.
If there is an end that, like, I think I've accepted, obviously life changes, but I think I've kind of accepted either. The only one I don't want for sure is hell. I would hate to have to burn for eternity.
I think you're misunderstanding the point of atheism, because the point is, if there's a heaven, damn straight I want to go to heaven.
Damn straight.
Well, I don't want to go to hell. But the thing is faith, and that's what separates us. I do not believe that there is a afterlife that's after this.
Okay.
That's not to say that if I had to choose between heaven and hell or nothingness, that I would choose nothingness.
Okay.
I'm saying that I believe there's nothingness.
Okay. Now,
And that's where we differ.
Okay. Would you believe? Oh, I was told this once by an atheist. He's like, now, if I was ever to die and come back to life, as in like people who have like not near death experience, I'm talking about like they're dead,
Like
but then get like
reincarnated, or
no, not reincarnated.
It's like your brain activity stops, but they're able to like
resuscitate you?
Yeah. There you go. And people have like the memories of what's to be, and then they come back. I think it was, bro. It's like rare that someone had like. That like died and came back, and then they were seeing the pits. Them niggas changed their whole life around, bro. And then they were just like, I don't think I did enough to where I could change. And I was like, well, you're gonna have to accept that. But like, real shit. Like, whatever. If you're seeing the shit and you're saying, I don't think I did enough. Well, I mean, what did you do? I accidentally killed a child. Well, you're kind of none. I'm sorry, but not sorry.
Bro's about to have to baptize in the ocean. I don't know.
I mean, they kind of used to do that, but
yeah.
I mean, but you're fucking done. But the point of what I'm trying to say is, like, atheist told me once. He's like, off of religion's belief, but they were going off of a Christianity standpoint. That's why Allah's better. The Christianity standpoint was like...
I will say, if there's one thing that you've convinced me of so far, it's that.
Allah is better.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Like, I didn't know shit about such a faith. Like, I didn't know anything about the Quran. So that was cool to learn. I'll definitely...
And I'm not even fully...
Your earrings always stylish.
Thank you.
I gotta go get my ears pierced.
Man.
Your ears are pierced?
They were, but then they
closed up.
Gotcha. Because I thought I remembered you having piercings before.
But I don't know where to go.
Bro, I couldn't tell you. I got these when I was so young that I don't even know.
Yeah. See.
So that's
I got
fair.
these as a baby too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to go through the struggle. But basically, like, they was like, okay, again, they were coming off of a Christianity standpoint. That's why, like, if you're a Christian, you kind of... A pure-blooded Christian doesn't fucking exist. It doesn't exist at all. It doesn't exist, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm sorry, but if you're saying you're a Christian,
around here.
if you're saying you're a Christian, you're not a full-blooded Christian, because a full-blooded Christian doesn't exist.
Yeah,
a full-blooded Christian is a fucking Catholic. That's what it is.
Yeah, we I think we talked about it in the car once on the way here, and it makes sense. Like
because a full-blooded Christian has read the Bible more than once, all the way from Genesis to Revelations, and if you're gonna sit there and you're gonna tell me that you're still a fucking Christian, you're kidding yourself. Because you would understand the shit that you just read more than once doesn't make any sense when you stop and look at it, bro.
Oh, Jesus!
I'm not fucking sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
Oh, Jesus,
I'm
Lord.
not sorry.
Lord. Oh,
Because if you're gonna sit there and you're going to believe in what you're reading, but you're still going to live the lifestyle that you live, you're not a Christian. A Muslim lives the lifestyle that they read, bro. And if they don't, they repent every day, every fucking day.
Then my question then to you then becomes, right, because you started off very strongly. You started off very strongly in the opinion of that to be an atheist is to be wrong.
Oh
right?
no. See, because here's the thing. I'm reiterating. I'm never going to bash you for what you believe in. But the reason I made the atheist cry, I didn't tell you the point, was because I was telling him, all right, so close your eyes.
Okay.
Well, I was telling him this. I mean, I guess y'all can do it.
I might as well get into the
So
experience.
basically, I was like, because again, it's not gonna work for it's not gonna work for every person. But I wanted to test his belief. So I was like, close your eyes.
Okay.
Close his eyes. I'm like, now, put yourself in the position of your deathbed.
Okay.
All right, you're laying in your in a hospital. You're hooked up to shit. You hear the beeping. People are around you, and now like you can feel it. Wow.
I'm getting
You get into it.
Now you're feeling your last breaths coming out, right? And I'm like, okay, now you die. But then I stopped, and then I told him, oh, by the way, you can still hear for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Now,
Well, I guess you wouldn't hear that. You'd hear.
yeah, you would be hearing that. I'm like,
Damn.
okay, so
My eyes
for the
just
next
twisted.
5 minutes, you can hear. Think about this, right? You're hearing everything. People are around you. Everyone around you start talking shit.
Man, that guy was ass.
Yeah, bro.
No fucking time.
Everyone's around you. Your kids are talking shit. Your wife talking shit. You get on the phone with your fucking neighbor Dave. Like, hey, I'm coming over.
No,
dude.
not Dave.
Right? Because this is a fact. You can hear
Man, I
for 5
hate
minutes.
Dave.
You can
Dave,
hear
man.
for 5 minutes. Now, you as an atheist, you don't believe any saving grace, which is okay.
Okay.
But for the next 5 minutes, you got to hear everybody's bullshit. Everyone's. You're okay with going into oblivion, knowing that the life you just lived with everyone in it was a lie. You're going out on a lie. At least if you go to heaven, bro. Right? At least if you go to heaven, you're going to something better than the bullshit you just lived.
But here's my thing that I just cannot understand.
Okay.
Right? For those with or because right now the point being made is well, wouldn't you rather this happen? Wouldn't you rather go to heaven than spend your last 5 minutes hearing how your wife sucked Dave's cock?
Here's the thing, I'm not,
Right?
but here's my thing.
So why are you assuming that my family's on that? Like, why can't my family love me? Like, I'm sorry, Dad.
But here's
Like,
my
what?
thing. I'm not saying because with different religions, there's a different afterlife. There's different because not everyone for different religions, like what I think it's Buddhism, afterlife doesn't exist. You just get reincarnated, which an atheist also doesn't believe in. I'd rather you believe in that than nothing.
I'd be mad as hell if I got reincarnated, though. Well, depends on what I get reincarnated as, I guess. But.
Right. But the thing, like, how can first, right? How can I choose if you're gonna if I'm in a situation right now where I don't believe anything,
Right.
where I believe in oblivion? How can I choose which one is the
real
real
one?
Because even from what I'm hearing, right?
Just don't choose Christianity.
But that's the
No
thing.
offense. But seriously, just don't choose Christianity.
But that's the thing, right? Regardless of what it is, if I'm going through the catalog between Roman, Catholic, Mormon, fucking from everything, but how does one choose that one is real and that the others aren't? Like, I'm not going to sit here and diss that you believe in Allah or someone believes in Jehovah or someone believes in fucking Zeus, because all of it seems like a figment of your imagination to me. It's all equal to me. How do you choose that one is real and one isn't? And is it just because one figuratively treats you better than the other?
No, there's an antithesis to that. You got niggas like him.
What?
It's nothing bad. The antithesis of what it is for him is believing in a higher power, but don't put a label on what it is. You believe that there's something out there that's greater than.
But why must I believe something's greater than me?
Well, I'm so sorry. How y'all doing? All right, so it's like this for me. Like,
yeah.
If there's like an infinite possibilities.
Okay.
Damn near
You know
anything being out there.
I'll clean this bitch out later.
There's no way we're the first life forms out here.
No problem.
There has to be.
You gave him your top?
Yeah, because this is just about done.
Like, there has to be a higher power, something controlling what's going on in our world, in our universe.
There has to be, but my question is why? Why must there have to be someone higher than us? Why must there be someone controlling the strings? Why must there be someone that is responsible for it all? Why can't you just accept that the world is chaos and nothing matters and everything is true? Why must it be this is it? This Allah, this Zeus, this Jehovah, this Yahweh. Why must it be this one thing?
Think about it like this. But you live in a world where it's surrounded by the selfishness of man.
Okay.
Would you rather continuously live in the selfishness of man, or at least put a little bit of hope in it somewhere?
Okay. Well, then I think what he's trying to ask, but he's doing it a little less than elegantly, is do you believe it's real or do you want to believe it's real?
Because those are two different things.
Oh, I believe it's real, bro.
Now,
I believe there is a higher creation of the simplistic viewpoint of just human beings and us being a speck in the universe.
And do you specifically believe in one? Because you were also talking about like starting to believe in Allah more. Do you think it is Allah, or do you think it's just a higher power?
Oh, I'm like, oh well, his ass isn't here. Where the fuck you go?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, but I'm like him. See, because here's the thing. I don't gotta believe in Allah no more than I gotta believe in Zeus, no more than I gotta believe in Jehovah. I believe there is something, not someone, not a person, because a person can't create the universe in of itself and how it's built. I view myself in the standpoint of being something. I don't gotta be proud in being the creation of something higher, but I can acknowledge that, okay, there's something above in the universe that decided to make something and wanted to see how it turned out. That's fine, because us, human beings can be their own God.
And okay, if I am more okay with that than anything else, I would say that, and this is where I'm going to say sorry in advance. I think religion is naive.
Okay.
I think if you believe that there's something out there that created the universe, that is all power, that is almighty, that has all knowledge, and he cares about you, and that you are special, that humanity is special.
I see your point that you're trying to make.
That you mean something to the greater vastness of the infinite and universe. I think that and I'm so sorry.
His rejection isn't at God. It's the belief of a religion behind a God that revolves around humanity. That's where you're fucked.
And I will agree, because with the infinite universe, there 100% can be a being that created a world, that created people. There can be a being with that power, because we don't know.
Exactly.
And as someone that follows the saying that goes, nothing is impossible, anything is it's just improbable, right? No matter how improbable it is, doesn't mean it's impossible, right? So a God can exist, but to sit here and tell me, whatever religion you're in, that this being cares about you, me, and your dog's turd, I just find that fucking ridiculous. And that's okay. That's just me.
But
I'm going to hell.
and like
all the views.
and I'm gonna tell you something real fast. That's a Christianity thing. That's a high Christianity thing. Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, none of the gods in Greek mythology give a damn about humanity to the fact that they'll.
That's why I said I would Greek gods make more sense to me than any other than any monotheistic. Is that how you say the word?
Monotheistic.
Monotheistic religion. It just makes more sense that if there is some type of higher power, that they're like that.
And I can give you that based off of a human being mindset. What I mean by that isn't something of a level of disrespect, but in the level of how you grew up around human beings and how human beings think about their fellow man. If you made something, right?
Right.
And if you look at it and you're just like, okay, I made that. What's a good example? What's a good example of just making something?
Sims. Let's say you make
Not like a child, not like that. That's different. That's very different.
Is it different?
It's very different.
I don't know if it's different.
I think I got lost somewhere.
When y'all started talking about making, I had a great point.
What's
Okay.
Because in
in
terms of religion, and it's all just giving some. Well, first, back in like you can think of like the polytheistic religions in
like Egypt,
Greece, Roman,
South America, places like that,
India.
where you get where you do a certain ritual, boom, rain falls, all the crops are, and that gave some people things to believe in. The unnatural gives something people to believe in, which is where we got it from. But then over time, you're seeing other people just putting in their cultures and stuff that they normally do into a religion.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you something about Christianity. Christianity is one of the last religions to be made.
Okay, but then that again brings me back to the it doesn't matter what name it is being called, right? Because I as equally as I don't believe there's a heaven, I don't believe I'm going to go to the fields of Elysium.
Okay.
Right? So I equally don't believe that I'm going to be diving into the river Styx. Okay. It doesn't matter the religion. It doesn't matter how many gods are in a religion. I am more able to believe that if there are gods, they are more like the Greek kind. However, that doesn't take away from my main point, where I believe it's just genuinely naive to say that there is a being out there that is paying any attention to you. Yes. But we are getting late.
Oh my God! Think about it. Oh, what's a good? I got it.
Okay.
Think about it like this, right? You make a bird's nest.
Okay.
Put bird seed in it. Mm-hmm. The bird goes to the bird seed.
Mm-hmm.
You don't worry about it again.
Nope. Fuck that bird.
That's if you believed in God, that's what your God would be. He made Earth. He put things on it.
But why must I have a God?
No. I'm just saying, like,
okay.
if you had a God,
yeah,
that's what it would be like. He made Earth.
Yep.
Put people on it.
And left.
Went on with his business.
Yep.
Your issue isn't with God and what God is supposed to be. It's what people make it.
But people make God. That's the thing. God can be Steve, a being with the power to make Earth,
like Minecraft.
Yeah. A being with the power to create things, and then get bored of it and leave.
Yeah.
God is a title.
Yes, it is.
So.
So you're talking like the Marvel route, where it's like the fucking like Thor isn't a god; he's just a really advanced alien.
Yeah.
So people call him God.
Yes.
Yeah, like see, and the point I was about to make is
the supernatural.
Yeah, well, that's a whole different thing. A whole different thing. But and that's fair because you can look at it like the pyramids. That aliens came down, made the pyramids, whoop-de-whoop, and left.
To
human beings, that can be God.
Yes.
Which is okay. That's why I'm not in the field of putting into myself that Jehovah is the God. That the Greek pantheon is the God. For myself, it's there is a higher being, or you're a Marvel person. The Beyonders.
Okay.
There can be higher beings for the Greek pantheon, the Buddhist pantheon, the Japanese pantheon with Izanami and Izanagi.
Shinto.
And everyone
Shinto.
right there. There could be multiple types of deities that's out in the world, out in the universe, that simply made Earth left. That's fine. That's not what I'm.
Okay.
That's not my issue. The point is to say that there isn't any at all is what I'm against. I'm okay with you saying that modern religion is wrong or modern religion is dumb. I can no viewer discretion advised.
Keep saying that shit. Jesus Christ.
But that's fine. I don't have the issue with that. That's how I made that atheist cry. Is that you believed that there is nothing greater than of yourself, which is all right when you're down to earth, terrible on your deathbed when it comes to, well, if something made earth, right, and then left, is it okay for someone to come made earth, made human beings, there's somewhere for you to go afterwards, or there's something bad for you to go afterwards, or there's something for you to just to go afterwards in general, because there might not be a hell in general. There's just something where your essence of consciousness just goes to. Or is it all right if like reincarnation was a thing? It's like, all right, we made you. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna die. You're gonna come back. You're gonna die. You're gonna come back.
I think most of that comes from just setting.
Face it towards your face.
Oh, most of that is just coming straight from creating a sense of morality. Like certain people's morals, like famous people, who over the years was just exaggerated into becoming a god.
I see what you're saying.
Their morals were just established unto them, which now lots of people haven't followed. Not to, shout out any religion, Christians.
Jesus.
See, because that's the thing, bro. That's
This
like,
episode
me
is crazy.
me and him
Fuck.
were raised in Christian churches. That's why we are allowed to say the shit that we say. That's why we're not against a Christian, but we can talk our shit because we were in there.
I'll let you finish, but
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
And one more thing, I really,
this is gonna be scary.
it's gonna get worse. I'm sorry. Hey, but Black Christians, like I get you're into Christianity. That's what your family was raised on.
Black Christians also don't exist.
They don't. They really don't. Cause
Black Christians is a thing that was made by human beings.
Because half of y'all don't even follow that, and like you gotta.
Black. I'm
Just
sorry,
expect-
but not really.
First, I can understand where you're coming from because basically, essentially, what happened was they came through. They're like, you follow this shit now.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then we were like, well, we have to follow
we
this
don't
shit
got much
now.
of a choice. Yeah.
Which is fair, but god damn, we are pushing the wire, guys.
But you know what though?
They still-
This talk has actually instilled me with a lot of confidence the capacity people can have to understand if they try. Because listening to you talk, you're really not that far off from each other.
Yeah.
It's just leaning one way or the other. Because
Precisely.
I'm listening to both of you being like, that's exactly how I feel. Because, like, personally to me, I believe that there could or couldn't. It's not so much a matter, because I'm of the belief, why care? If you want to believe something, that's fucking awesome. If you don't, that's fucking awesome. Because at the end of the day, we got to focus on the here and now.
Facts.
So, like, hearing this actually made me think, like, wow, humans can be cool if they, like, stop fucking fighting.
Nigga, that's where my utopia comes from, bro. Like, if you simply shut the fuck up and listen to the other person for once, you will realize, nigga, you both have the same issue. One of you are just trying to solve it.
A different solution.
With a different way, bro. Just chill out and listen for once.
And with that said, I hope that all of you listening actually listened and don't come at us with some bullshit.
You know they are.
You can come at me.
they are.
I'll talk back.
Just don't think that we are hating anyone.
Of course.
Because that's not what's going on here.
Right.
All right. We all are cogs and gears that turn together to make society as it is. And if you're not throwing spanners in the works, it can get better. All right. And now I'm saying this because it's been just about an hour.
Yeah.
Perfect time. And honestly, I think we got a lot covered.
Absolutely.
And we'll surely probably bring this back up again because Stanley got really interested all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
But for now, this will be a good spot to end it.
Thank you guys again for watching. We really appreciate it. And if you stuck it through, good on you. We do just want you and everyone watching to understand that a lot of things were said, right? And we all said our viewpoints, right? Like, I think that religion is naive or whatever. That doesn't mean we hold any negative feelings to any personal views out there. Just like how Christians believe that I'm going to hell, that doesn't mean I believe every Christian hates me. Just like I don't hate every Christian. We can live together with differing views in society.
Yeah, and you know what? If this talk has swayed you in any way or made you learn something, tell us about it. Because I'm actually curious, like, how this would affect people's outlook on the world. But actually, let's have you do the outro because you haven't. I don't think
Let's end it off. Siege.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Systems, how we were talking about everything that we were talking about. And again, with what Phantom said, if you have any comments that you want to say that aren't going to do the fucking most, feel free to share them. Any one of us are glad to literally be in the comments with you, debate all kinds of everything. So with that, everyone set?
Yep.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
One more thing.
This motherfucker.
I warned y'all. I'm offering up the belt. Anybody can get it. Anybody.